A relief operation is underway to assist residents of the eZintukwini village in the Eastern Cape. A severe storm destroyed the area and left many homeless just before New Year's Eve. For more on this relief efforts, we speak to Gift of the Givers project manager Ali Sablay. Ali, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. How severe were the humanitarian disaster from an intervention perspective, and what is it that Gift of the Givers was able to do in the community?
Thank you for having me. On New Year's Eve, we received a call from our Amatole District Municipality Disaster Risk Management teams informing us that hailstorms had just caused havoc in the Ishluba village, which is one of the villages in the Unkuma municipality area. We were then made contact, the Unkuma municipality then made contact with us, the mayor's office, to inform us that there has been a hailstorm and many have been left destitute, especially the elderly. They then said they are sending the teams out to do assessments on the ground, which they have provided us for our figures. And on Monday morning, our teams will be visiting the area with the local officials to deliver that urgent and immediate humanitarian needs in terms of non-perishable food items, blankets, personal hygiene care item packs, and clean drinking water. They are currently trying to accommodate the people where they've been left, that houses were completely flattened. I know that the National Department of Human Settlements is on the ground seeing what alternative accommodation they can make available to assist these families. While that being said, as we know, the weather warning lights are going off at the moment. We just received reports that there was a mini tornado that swept through Welcome. We were in contact with the mayor's office to say the assessments are still being done, and we know KZN and Gauteng is on high alert.
Yeah. There were also efforts by Gift of the Givers in the Western Cape, very specifically assisting fire victims there. And an assessment that Gift of the Givers made there, or at least that some of your operatives on the ground made, is that alcohol in part was to be blamed for some of the fire incidents within the informal settlements. Talk us through that.
But, you know, we were dealing with 15 fires in 14 days. And on Boxing Eve, while the Joe Slovo informal settlement was burning out, we then, myself and my colleagues, we went to the ground as we work very closely in the community. We were then called by concerned community leaders and residents that were severely affected to come assist them. While the fire was still burning out, the fire department was still busy extinguishing. To our shock and horror, it was quite shocking to see the amount of people intoxicated. People were running away from the fire, moving to another alley close and going back into the same fire. They could not. They could not navigate themselves. They had to go through the areas assisted by the local authorities. And when we look at the fire at the Wagabiki informal settlement in Lumzamo, speaking to residents, and the one in Tanoon, speaking to residents to ask how the fire has occurred, they then informed us that people were intoxicated and they either started cooking and they left the stove on or fell asleep, and within a split second, not only their home, but the whole informal settlement caught fire, leaving thousands displaced.
Yeah, and the displacements there led to some people being without their homes, of course, that being entirely destroyed. Can you give us a sense of what conditionalities are right now after the fact?
As I said, we have dealt with 15 fires in 14 days. The major of the fires was at the Joe Slovo informal settlement in Langa. Gift of the Givers teams were on the ground from before Christmas, assisting each of the fire victims with their daily hot meals. As we know, just before the Christmas period, these people get paid out their stockfare money, and with that they purchase new food items and a school uniform as well. All that items is completely burnt out. They depended on our efforts to provide them with a daily hot meal, which we have done. Our teams are still active in the informal settlements in Ukupumalele, Wagabiki, Joe Slovo in Langa, Masipumalele, in providing those daily hot meals to the families. Our immediate relief was hot meals, blankets, personal hygiene item packs, baby care packs, and going into 2 weeks away from school, we will be assisting each fire victim child with new school uniform and stationery.
Yeah. Ali, thank you so much once again for your time and your interventions and your work. I really do appreciate it. We are, as a country, internally indebted to you and your team.
Thank you.